Wonder creates power, activate. Hello all, this is your narrator, the reader of today's Grand Tales on the Wonder Crits episode of Wild Wonders. With me today, my co-host, my buddy Randall.
Hi everyone, you should go touch grass, eat ass, and listen to this podcast. I'm playing Petrus of the Empty Eyes.
And my friend Tony.
I'm in recovery from what the hell that was just now. I'll be playing Rhea the Raven.
In today's Wild Wonders, we're going to be deep diving into a bit of a deep story. A one-shot of my own creation, handpicked from a campaign I do hope to tell another day. With that said, let us begin to my dear adventures. Hi there. Before we get into our Wild Wonders story of the day, we'd like to say that due to scheduling conflicts of related work, our friends Willis and Yoon will not be able to join us today. So you are here on a wild ride with myself, my friends Randall and Tony as we go about this grand tale. Ready to begin, gentlemen?
I'm ready, Freddy.
Alrighty. Then let our tale begin. With your bags ready, your mind goes back to everything you are leaving behind, while your eyes linger on the mirror, studying your reflection. A cruel reminder of the curse's mark that was placed upon you. This is usually how a wanderer's last adventure begins. Now as we go along with watching our wanderers head towards their destination, a little intro for the listeners of this, in the fact that our wanderers, through either premonition, a dream, or some sort of heavy hallucinogenic night, received an omen, a telling, something that set them on this journey. The omen for this story is seek the heart, in the words of the architect. Only through the beating voice of it will your dreams come true, and your soul be saved. Through these very words, our wanderers are traveling to a town called Ludford. In here, they have been traveling about a week's time in the great 13th century of medieval Europe. Now, this adventure is based on the mysterious events taking place in that simple village of Ludford that has apparently escaped the merciless eye of the curse that our dear wanderers now suffer. A very curse that, through its own malevolence, is burning their soul. Outside, they just look like you and me, but through their eyes you can tell they have been marked, and if nothing is done, they will perish.
Sounds like my student debt, honestly.
Now, as they reach this town, they will have known tales of recent activity that has happened amongst this town. A group of monks have taken residence within the chapel of this town. The monks at the abbey and the villagers are in open conflict. Beneath the superficial tension, we find two opposing factions that look at different sources of hope for their salvation. While the monks see lights, receive dreams, and stumble into visions of a savior who promises to punish the faithless and superstitious, the villagers are convinced that the architect is protecting them from this curse, blessing the newborns and helping those who are about to pass on. Regardless of the different beliefs held by each faction, one thing is certain. In Ludford, nobody contracts the curse. The architect is a mysterious presence that has always lived deep within the forest, in a small cottage hidden from the village. The peaceful situation changed abruptly when the monks from the abbey turned their attentions to him, declaring him an evil that must be eradicated. When the story begins, their search has apparently hit a wall. The architect has abandoned his abode, and the villagers refuse to cooperate with the monks to help them find him. This refusal has strengthened the holy men's belief that the people of Ludford are protecting this madman with everything they have. Why would a group of wanderers come to interfere with this scenario? The answer is partly hidden in the omen they have received. Find the beating heart, in the words of the architect. For its beating sound will your dreams come true, and your soul be saved. This sentence is enough to stroke the character's ambitions and push them to travel to the nearby village of Ludford. Apparently, each of them has a pre-existing connection with the architect, which means they are connected to the challenge they have to face. Within it, our two wanderers are indeed Raya the Raven. Raya is a healer who lost everything she held dear to this curse. Now, she has also fallen ill because of it. She does see the miracle in the small village like a strange sign of destiny. Could this curse actually be defeated? And on the other hand, we have Petrus Empty Eyes. Petrus had a terrible childhood that left her memory completely shattered. Still lost in the shards of memories, she is convinced that she once had a mother who cared for her in the woods near Ludford. Could she be this daughter of the architect?
I know I've asked this several times, Rhea, but are you sure the architect is not my mother? I vaguely have vague memories.
As much as I'd like to tell you yes, I unfortunately don't know.
I stare off into the distance once more for the next hour. Silence.
You have better luck getting an answer from the drunkards in the bar.
I had to punch one last time.
Then I think we need to start making our search elsewhere.
Maybe we should just start combing the woods.
And as the end of our wanderer's speech hits this point, they suddenly hear the overwhelming sounds of the village. In the center of this village, there seems to be a loud conflict going on between the villagers and the monks.
What do you think's going on over there?
Why do we care?
I'd hate to have more patients on my day off.
You can just leave them to die. It's fine.
Wouldn't be the right thing to do.
What is right, what is wrong? In a world that is filled with nothing but heartache. Are you sure you're not my mother?
Are you sure you're having a good day? You sound a bit dreary.
No, today's been a good day. It's been a very good day. You see her face does not change expression.
If you say so. Doesn't sound like a very good date if you ask me.
What do you mean? It only rained 2 times, and only one of us died on the way here. Not us, our third friend.
The rain can kill us?
You've never been out in the rain long.
Out of character, can the rain actually kill us?
I hope not. I pray it can't.
No.
Oh, thank God.
It is like an average, everyday, lovely bit of weather in Europe.
So, are you telling me the rain hurts you?
Duh.
When was the last time you took a bath?
She does not reply, and she decides to walk into the crowd.
Child, do not fear the water. What you need to fear is the dirt.
I fear
Go bathe.
nothing.
As the wanderers continue their chatter, stepping into the town of Ludford, they will immediately realize this village has been forsaken by God. Some of you have been here before, and nothing has apparently changed since then. It is located deep within a valley and surrounded by a thick and dark forest. The hamlet is composed of a few dozen homes built in stone and wood and inhabited by wretched farmers who barely get by. The only building worthy of note is the abbey, which towers over the valley from a hilltop. It is a large and ancient stone building that was once the center of all activities in the village. Today, it is home to a small group of monks who lead a life of poverty, privation, and prayer. Despite the general misery, the people of Ludford have been apparently blessed with a miracle unique to the village. Nobody is sick. While the curse spreads everywhere, nobody in Ludford has been affected. This is also confirmed by many other details you have noticed while you enter the village. There is no mass graves, no smoldering pyre, and no death knell resounding in the air. Perhaps the rumors about the architect are true. Legends even describe him as a mysterious figure who has always protected the villagers of Ludford from his home deep within the forest. Then there are the stories about children vanishing under mysterious circumstances. With this information in mind, you look over this desolated village. You soon stumble onto a rather boisterous scene. The sounds you heard were outside. A group of monks from the abbey is addressing the villagers in the main square. They are looking for the architect and appear to have less than friendly intentions. The villagers listen in silence and show no sign of being willing to help or cooperate.
Seeing this, Petrus will come up and stare at both sides, see if anyone talks to her. She'll have a perpetual scowl. It's not like a don't fuck with me scowl, it's more like a apathetic scowl of I'm here, I guess.
You notice none of the villagers are paying attention to you. Their eyes are gazed at the monks standing in front of the abbey. A group of armed guards come storming out from the abbey, standing in front of the monks as a very decorated monk comes stepping out forth. You hear one of the villagers whisper under their breath in a disgruntled tone, "There's that bastard, Father Harris."
I just make unblinking eye contact with Father Harris. See if he'll talk to me. Rhea, I could use some help. I am very apathetic. Save me.
So, Father Harris, what deigns you to bless us with your presence this afternoon?
Father Harris raises his hand, obviously, to silence the crowd.
Silence the already quiet crowd.
"Why, my dear lady, I am glad you asked, for I have seen light. That's right, I had a vision that is going to set me, no, it's going to set all of us on a most righteous and pure path. That's right, through this light, a dream came upon me, a dream that told me we must find the architect, for only through his destruction, his evil, maniacal ways, will we be saved from this curse. Sure, Ludford is saved for now, but how long till it isn't? The very madman you deem to protect will be your downfall. This I've seen in my dream. Now I know I am not from Ludford. To me, no, to you, I am a stranger. But cannot belief in God, cannot the belief that helped raise your very children, that helped keep you from being sick, be believed in the truth that the architect will be our ruin? Now I say to you, my villagers, my friends, my family, would you not help me find this madman so we may end his life and his evil once and for all? The silence from the crowd is deafening. The tension is so thick that if you were to try and swallow it, you would most likely choke. Damn. You see, the villagers are not swayed by his words, and if anything, any wrong word said at this moment could very well most likely start a fight.
Yo, can I roll a cerebellum?
You tell that the guards notice this as they tighten their grip on their weapons, prepared to literally strike down anyone who so much as sneezes the wrong way. Saddened that his words have fallen upon deaf ears, Father Harris raises his hands once more before he and the monks retreat back to the abbey. The villagers thus go back to their normal lives, emphasis on normal, through the disgruntled voices, while guards patrol the streets in not the best ways.
When you say not in the best ways, are they like not properly doing circuits, or are they just standing around?
You notice the armed men who work for Harris have unsheathed their weapons and are beginning to sweep the place, with or without the villagers' consent.
Oh.
Rhea will immediately pull out her weapon, being a sickle. "Excuse me, gentlemen. Last time I checked, you weren't told to arm yourselves. Put those away unless you want some problems."
The guards look at each other before looking back at you. "Are you serious?"
"Are you? You're threatening the safety of innocent people in front of a healer. Do you really think that's the smartest idea?"
You notice the weapons are not pointed at you. Doesn't matter if it's smart if you're dead.
Ooh. Can Patris, while standing behind Rhea, sort of do a impromptu intimidation, since I'm like cold and have this kind of dead-eyed look in my eyes?
Remember, in this tale, I am simply the narrator.
Right. Then I do that. I try to intimidate with my dead-eye stare and my cold, standoffish demeanor. I just glower at them since Rhea's speaking up and I'm now her friend. The crazy eye glare.
All right.
If we were a video podcast, this is where someone would insert the crazy eyes from Orange is the New Black.
All right. Why not roll off of your nerve?
Off my nerves? So that'd be 3 normal dice and 1 corruption, correct?
You'll be rolling 5 normal, 1 corrupted. Your blood is always included.
Oh, blood. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we roll all 3 for blood and then the 1 that we have for the nerve for myself.
If you were also doing this.
I'm hoping to intimidate them, so I'd guess so.
All right. And let me know how many successes you got.
Right. I got 2 success on my normal dice and I got a 2 on my corrupt dice.
So that'd be 3 normal.
You only have 1 corrupted dice to roll. What do you mean 2?
Isn't it? Is it just on the 1 or the 6 that we would count them as a hindrance or a help?
5 or 6s are success.
5 or 6. Okay. Then it's just 2 successes on normal dice.
What did you get in the corrupted?
I just rolled a 2, so nothing, I guess?
That is correct.
Okay.
I have a normal success and a corrupted success.
Ooh.
The other 2 were fails.
That's fine. If they didn't get anything, it doesn't matter. All right. So you got a 6 on your corrupted die.
Yes.
Got it. That means you got 4 successes, actually. You also suffer 1 corruption. The scene that lays out before us, dear listeners, is Petra gives the guards a most cold stare. It leaves the guards a little unnerved about someone who would just stare them so blankly and not care about the consequences that might come to happen. Yes, Mr. Tony.
What do you mean I've suffered the contagion, the corruption? Thank you.
I'm glad you asked.
Add a corruption
For our dear
marker?
listeners, basically, this is a campaign of both choice and consequence. You see, when our wanderers roll a 6 on a corrupted die, it counts as 3 successes, but at the same time causes them to suffer a corruption point.
So where does that corruption point go?
Always goes to your blood first.
Okay, so I now have 2 corruptions on my blood.
That is correct.
Lovely.
Any other questions?
So does it go completely black?
Once it does, the next time you suffer corruption, it will overflow, setting your blood back to 1, and you have to send the extra corruption to something else.
That's lovely. All right. I have 1 more corruption point on my blood. Lovely.
Any other questions?
No, that was it.
Alrighty. Petrus gave the guards a most unnerving stare, and while you would think, well, that's the end of it, suddenly, Raya steps forth, fire in her chest, her words sharp, and it startles the guards. They realize they are dealing with people of maddening determination, and they do not wish to deal with this. Grumbling, they sheath their weapons. Wolf, thought you, lazy harlots. Have your victory. But it will not be forever. As the guards walk away, Raya realizes she might have overdid it a bit and strained her voice just a tad.
Well, that
Raya, are you okay? You okay? Is what I meant to say in my bad accent.
Should be all right.
So, we're going to kill them when their backs are turned, or are we going to do something else?
That's a good question. What do you think? What do you think would be better?
I think we should find the architect to see if she's my mother.
I think you've got a problem.
This is where I'm laughing. Petra does not laugh. I don't know what you mean.
While it is understandable that you'd want to find your mother, it's kind of bordering on a bit of obsession.
Well, it doesn't have to be my biological mother. I just need a mother's love. I remember her vaguely. Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. Gosh, I'm doing a British accent. Forgive me, audience. I am also kind of sick, so I am struggling with the voice. I guess we're going to vaguely Norwegian now. Yeah, sorry. Don't cancel me.
There's no problem.
Don't cancel. Oh, God, I'm getting canceled. I wouldn't say it's a mother problem. I would say I just remember a woman who took care of me in the forest, and I just need a hug, specifically from her. Are you sure you're not my mother?
Do you remember where we met? I don't.
It was on the caravan single walk over here. It's one of the 2. Don't question me more.
Hello there, this is Matthew from the Wonder Crits, and I'm thrilled to speak to you about our sponsor, Riverside. Did you want to start a stream or a podcast, but don't know what app to record or edit it on? Head over to riverside.fm with our link in the description. They have several different plans for individuals and businesses. For example, the TTRPG that you are listening to was recorded on the Pro plan, with 15 hours of multi-track recordings with separate files for audio and video of each participant. There is no limit on edits. Choose edit off transcripts or color-coded timeline. Don't forget to take advantage of the built-in AI features like silence removal or magic clips to get pro editing with a little effort. All this and more for $24 a month on Riverside Pro. Once again, check out the link in the description. Well, what are you waiting for? Give yourself control during post-production with the full studio experience on riverside.fm.
Okay, so we met some time ago. That's always lovely.
It's been a week. What are you talking about? We met on our way into town.
Some time ago. Still counts.
A week ago.
A week is some time.
Yes. Specifically, we met a week ago. We hit it off because we hear voices and act upon them.
For our wanderers, they will faintly realize that they are in the middle of the road talking, and some of the villagers are looking at them questioningly.
I give them my apathetic stare.
Is there something wrong?
These people are staring at us as I change my accent again.
They tend to do that when we're as scarred as we are.
But yes, we should see if the architect is my mother and then go from there. This is now my voice.
Suddenly, from amongst the crowd of people who were staring, you notice what looks like a young man who has just about reached the start of manhood. You'll have to forgive me, but did you say the architect is your parent?
Assuming that the architect's a woman, potentially.
Does that mean you feel some sort of draw to them?
I give this young man boy a blank stare.
Perhaps not. Though, keep this down because the gods may be listening. If you do sense some sort of connection to your parent, do try to let me know. My name is William. I'm with the village, and we're trying to keep the architect safe, so we wouldn't want Father Harris to happen to overhear this.
Is there a place we can meet where, and Petrus will look around as make sure no guards are eavesdropping, where we're less likely to be overheard?
Yes, there is a storage door on the left side of the inn. Just knock 4 times. No, it's you.
Excellent. My name's Petrus, by the way, if you were wondering.
Nice to meet you, Petrus.
This is Rhea.
Oh, of course. Sorry. A pleasure to meet you, Rhea.
No offense taken. It's
Once
been a
you
bit of a
assure
weird
that
day.
introductions are done,
Introductions are done,
man-child
yes.
scurries away.
Well, look at that, Petra. Oh my God.
Well, would you look at that? Looks like you might get a lead after all.
I hope she's a kind woman, this architect, who gives lots of hugs.
I hope they have some answers. I think we're due
That
some.
too. I've been sort of mom-to-pilled for a while now. What was our premonition again? Something about saving our lives?
I wish I could answer that. I don't remember.
It's fine. I'm pretty sure my
Suddenly,
mom will hug me.
Our
We'll be
wanderers are hit with a almost sudden vision that seems to almost knock them off their feet, like someone gave them a swift smack in the back of the head. Find the beating heart of the architect, for within its beating voice will your dreams come true and your souls be saved.
Right.
Yes, that. Excellent. So if the architect's not my mother, his beating heart shall lead me to mother, and then she'll hug me.
My lord.
What? It's not. What's your dream? What gets you out of bed in the morning, Rhea?
Solving the problem that ails us all. Finding a cure for this plague.
Oh, well, that's actually quite altruistic of you.
It's the light that keeps me out of the shadows.
I just give you a blank stare.
That little ray of hope.
I'm sure my mother's hugs will do the same thing for me.
I don't have anything to say to that one.
Most people don't.
And this is on behalf of the narrator. At times I will use the word curse, but given this is the 13th century medieval Europe, the curse is sometimes referred to as the Black Plague.
Oh, I should have said curse. My
No, it's okay.
apologies.
Continue. Shh. Let's go.
So, what do we do until it's time to meet up with William? As I keep shifting accents. Apparently, I also want to be an impressionist one day.
As you look about the village, you will notice there are different bits of interactions and conflicts going on. Aside from the guards you just dealt with, there's still a vast number of armed men sweeping about the place, with or without the villagers' consent. You'll notice some people are keeping eyes and ears well open. You notice that amongst these people and their conversations, if you listen, you might hear something. You also notice hanging from some of the trees in the forest, there are what look to be dead ravens who have their beaks torn off.
Petrus wants a dead raven. Petrus says in the third person out loud, to Rhea, looking her dead in her eyes as I narrate this, as I'm doing it. I want one of those ravens.
Then go pick one up. Rhea is going to turn away from the building and let out a very sharp whistle, calling for Aslan. For the listeners, Aslan would be my companion, my pet raven. He's a free-spirited little bastard, so it doesn't stick around very long.
Okay. I was debating whether doing the voice of a bird or not. I'm not. So.
No, you're fine.
Coming down from the sky, circling above you, comes your raven.
Aslan, I'd like for you, if you wouldn't mind, I say as I reach into my pouch and pull out a few nuts from my ingredients. I would like for you to go and follow the priest. I want to know why he wants the architects so badly. No, I can't. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll be back in a jiff.
Hey, this disembodied voice that comes around, I do the voices. Cut that out.
Fine.
Anyway.
You said you weren't going to do him.
No, exactly. No voice for the bird.
No voice for the bird. Okay, that's what you
Like,
meant.
I was like, I'm not going to just do a voice. And he's going to sound like a parrot. Do me a favor. Roll me your nerve with the bond of Aslan. And of course, don't forget your blood.
Nerve, Aslan, and blood.
If the numbers are still the same, you will be rolling 6 dice with 1 corrupted. No, 2.
2 corrupted.
2.
4 and then 2.
Yeah. And then let me know your successes.
It was 6 and above or 5 and above?
5 and 6.
Lovely. 2 5s, 2 6s.
Nice.
And then my corrupted die were fails.
Were any of them 1s?
One of them was a 1.
So you have 3 successes, but that's fine. I gave a challenge of 2 on this difficulty anyway, so you succeed.
Yay. This is...
Through the training that you suddenly remembered that you gave to this bird upon your travels, the bird absolutely knows what you are saying and knows exactly what to do. Deciding to, what was it you said again?
Follow the priest to gather information.
You watch Aslan take to the sky as it swoops around and in through a hole in the abbey's roof.
Now, while he's doing that, where would you like to go and look for your mother?
My gosh, I need to find Mother. But first, I'm going to walk up to some random stranger, invade their personal space, stare them straight in the eye, and ask, are those dead ravens up for anyone to take? Why are they up there?
I don't think anybody has
Notice
right
the villager
to the
that
dead.
you have decided to oh so kindly just approach. Look at you with a look of both partially startled and heavily confused. Most likely because they were startled. As they look around, they realize what you were talking about for giving sad shake of their head. We will now be turning to old lady number 1. Oh, those poor things, you know, they said the ravens were the architect's favorite bird. The first thing those monks did when they arrived was to show a display that the architect is not wanted around here. So they did those to those poor birds to silence them, putting them on display for anyone to see who might sympathize with him. I wouldn't touch them. It makes the guards antsy and they're already on edge. I've had my house searched 3 times already. I don't know what more they could possibly try and find. She gets really close to Petra's face. They touched my bloomers.
Ow.
Excuse me.
Sorry? Question mark is what I say as I'm explaining this to you, elderly woman. Are you
She
my
then
mother?
displays this 2-foot pair of cloth, which you realize is a pair of bloomers. These very ones, defiled. You know they haven't been defiled this way since my husband. Oh, the ways he would touch me.
You should burn them.
Rhea will quickly scramble to crouch behind, or to like hunch her back just a little bit to be hidden behind Petrus, just chuckling it up in silence.
But seriously, you should burn them.
Burn them? Why would I do
They're
that?
defiled.
They still have the scent of my husband.
And that of another man. My mother would never.
Well, that's fine.
Unless she would.
My husband may be dead, but he's not round enough that I can't just resent it. It's all good. And she turns and she waddles back inside her house.
Rhea, I don't think she was my mother. And I can't take one of the dead corpses. I guess today has been ruined now.
The day is not ruined, and you don't need a corpse. What you need is something
I don't
living.
want a corpse.
Get a dog.
Well, no, I do stuff with corpses.
Gross.
It is.
I know you're lonely. Stop doing that. You're going to get
No,
sick.
I'm not lonely.
Anyway, I believe... Wait, shouldn't you go to the orphanage, figure out who dropped you off?
See, I don't remember what Sorry, I don't remember what orphanage.
Out of character, it's kind of perfect. You're sick, just coughing it up.
Yeah. Sorry, audience. If I end up like gagging, it's because I'm trying not to cough in the middle of my line.
Harness it, yak it up.
Just 20 minutes of ASMR. Just me coughing.
Suddenly, while Petra is having a revelation with trying to clear her throat, there comes a shrill shriek in the middle of town.
I mean, that happened. So, where should we check for my mother next?
Shouldn't we check that out?
Why?
Maybe it has information on your mother.
I did bolt running that way. As soon as Rhea says that.
As the
Careful,
wanderers get to
Rhea.
the center of town for obviously important reasons,
Very
they'll
important.
notice someone is dead.
Is it a woman? Is it my mother?
Random villager number 3.
Damn.
Over top of them are a few guards, one whose blade is still dripping blood. All right. Back it up. This doesn't have to happen. Simply wanted to search her things, signs of the architect. We know you're hiding them, the guard yells, pointing his dripping bloody sword to the crowd, as if showing them what will happen if they get close. When you resist, this is what happens. Maybe next time you'll be more compliant. And with that, the guards leave, stepping back towards the abbey, leaving the body alone in the middle of the street. You notice the villagers are hesitant to oppose, not because they do not want to touch the villager, but they are worried the closer they get to it, the guards just might come back and lash at them.
I think we might have to use your plan B.
Get myself a dead body. Make some poison.
We don't necessarily need the poison, but we can get you a dead body. I say watching the guard walk towards wherever it was he was leaving to. But for the time being, I think we need to ask some questions.
Like if she had any children and if I might be that child.
Like, maybe for some possible reason, they might have actually been hiding something about the architect.
Oh, yes, that. I guess we should find the beating heart or whatever.
I believe it'd be a better idea to keep them safe. Those priests don't look very trustworthy, especially if they're having the knights do the work.
Well, we can always wait until the middle of the night and, and Petrus will do some vague motions. When I say vague motions, she is like not really gesturing at a particular action. She's just making hand waves.
What's all of this about? And I say mimicking your movement.
The thing that we shouldn't say out loud, just on the off chance there's someone overhearing us. We could just go up there and then she'll gesture even faster.
See, I believe in studying the circle of life. I'm a bit of a hands-on learner.
And I'm a bit of a hands-on killer. Sometimes. Not often.
I thought you just said we weren't supposed to be saying it out loud.
Oh shit, you're right. No one heard that. I give everyone my dead-eye glare.
You'll notice, actually, no one did hear that. The villagers, after some time has passed, have finally went towards the body, mourning over the loss of someone of their village, instead of paying attention to two wanderers mumbling to themselves openly in the middle of the street.
Yep. I lean over to Rhea. We should set the abbey on fire.
That's a bit much. They might have some information as well.
Well, we should get it first, then set it on fire. Unless there's any moms in there.
I think we need to find you a brothel and a bath.
I don't want a mom like that. It needs to be
but you said you need a hug.
Unadulterated love. Specifically
Unadulterated
my
is
mother's
definitely
love.
what you'll find at the brothel.
I'm not into people like that.
Have you tried?
Several times. It's not for me. They also get weirded out if you start to cry a bit too much.
I don't think I could save you from yourself.
Only my mother can. Let's see if this woman was a mother and then go to the inn or whatever.
Rhea is going to walk over to the crowd of people. Excuse me, anybody? Does anybody know who this person was? I'd like to ask them some questions.
A few of the villagers, you notice, will look at you with a look of confusion. Could you ask such a thing? But one of them, seemingly grizzled man, puts his hand on a nearby villager's shoulder and nods, seeming to calm them down.
So who was she?
Are you the one? Are you familiar with this victim?
I am. You'll have to forgive them. We are usually a quiet village. We're not used to all this death. But first, introductions. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Old John. I am the village elder.
Nice to meet you, Old John. I'm Petrus.
It's a pleasure. My name is Ria.
I think I might have heard of your names before. Of course, I don't really mistake a face of one who, even for a time, used to be part of Ludford. But apologies, you were saying something. How can I help you?
None, Jesus. No apology necessary. I was only going to ask why the guard felt it necessary to fell your friend.
The guards have been searching for anything to quell their boredom. At first, they were fine. They wanted to search for the architect. We had nothing really to hide from them. Well, except maybe exact location, but then none of us really know it ourselves. Fully, at least. After a time when they got none of the answers they really wanted and less started cooperating with them, they took matters into their own hands. And any excuse became any excuse. He looks down at the villager and closes his eyes on to search her bags, and she just wanted to get home. So he stepped one direction away from them, was told that she was resisting, and before she could explain herself, her life was cut short. We wish we could do something, but we are just farmers. We do not have the skills, and if we were to try this, and he gestures down to the body, would be a more common occurrence. Though I fear we're getting to the point that's just going to happen sooner or later.
Shame, really.
I fear it's time someone shows them the point and I remind them with a very swift movement how to use the pitchfork. Just jab.
And make my incoherent hand gestures for fire, setting the abbey on fire again.
And whatever that is. But all seriousness, do you know where the architect is? Or at least whether or not they are here?
It's not that I don't trust you, but you'll just have to believe me when I say I don't. I know the same thing as all the villagers. He's somewhere within the woods. His house.
Just like mother.
Guards say they checked in and found nothing, but that is all we really know.
I see.
As you speak to Old John, you'll notice William from earlier peeking over, looks like one of the guard's shoulders. When your eyes meet, quickly scuttles into the abbey.
Oh. So either William's a little traitor or a little bitch. Only time will tell. Anyway, Old John.
Yeah?
When you said you vaguely recognized the name, was there a child of Petrus who used to live here?
I'm going to give a little time out. You just said your own name.
Yes, I know. She's just very hyper-emotional.
I believe what my friend is trying to say is, was there a woman anywhere nearby that looked like this man? He's searching for his mother. Or, you're a woman. I'm sorry.
Yes, all good.
For this woman. I'm sorry.
2025, people. Well, I can't say for sure. But since I know a lot of people in the village, I can assure you I've heard of no missing children. So the only person I can think of is red-headed woman I once saw pass through this village some time ago. Sadly, I don't know where she could be. She was in the village one day, and she was gone. I would like to say she simply left, but no one saw her leave. She, too, might be in the woods. And if, while wild, your claims to be a descendant of the architect are true, that could be your mother? The Wanderers will know that, well, possibly know, that John is doing his best to sympathize, but he clearly does have no clue.
Don't worry. Petrus is literally ignoring the fact that he doesn't know and is just taking everything at face value. Hope is alive. You could see it in her eyes.
Now that you have a lead, can you focus a little bit more?
Right. Find the architect, find the beating heart, see if he's my mother.
Look over to Old John. Did any of that which she had said make any sense to you? Do you have any idea what that beating heart would be? Unless it's literally a beating heart.
It screams too.
It screams.
It will scream us the way to mother.
Hello there, this is Matthew from the Wonder Crits, and I'm thrilled to speak to you about our sponsor, Riverside. Did you want to start a stream or a podcast, but don't know what app to record or edit it on? Head over to riverside.fm with our link in the description. They have several different plans for individuals and businesses. For example, the TTRPG that you are listening to was recorded on the Pro plan with 15 hours of multi-track recordings with separate files for audio and video of each participant. There is no limits on edits. Choose edit off transcripts or color-coded timeline. Don't forget to take advantage of the built-in AI features like silence removal or magic clips to get pro editing with a little effort. All this and more for $24 a month on Riverside Pro. Once again, check out the link in the description. Well, what are you waiting for? Give yourself control during post-production with the full studio experience on riverside.fm.
You're asking Old John this?
Yes.
This is where you noticed Old John's expression changes from sympathetic to clearly confused. He understands every time you spoke to him the word architect, but you'll notice once you started speaking about hearts, this is where you've lost him. I can't say I have, and I do hope that's symbolism for something. We're not exactly one with witchcraft, if you understand.
I understand entirely, and I apologize for the confusion. Boy, it seems we've gotten no closer to the answer of this mystery of ours.
You can always go talk to William.
'Tis his turn. I did notice him.
He went into the abbey. Also, real quick, narrator, did you say we need to meet him by the inn or by the alley? Abbey. But I could have sworn I heard inn.
You did
I remember
indeed hear correctly about an inn, though you are pretty sure at this point he's not going to be there.
Do you think he lied to us? Do you think we should set it off?
I think it's time to do a little espionage.
I'm not really good with arranging flowers.
What?
Espionage. Arranging flowers.
No, you fool. Well, I don't know what that's called. Let's go be sneaky.
I can be sneaky, maybe.
I think we need to find out what William is up to, but also, where the hell is Aslan?
That's a good question. Suddenly you'll notice over each of your shoulders two identical looking boys who have just decided to stand amongst you as if they were part of the conversation the entire time. And no, you have no idea when they joined you.
It's fine.
Immediately looks down at one. Boy, what did you see? I'm just kidding. Excuse me, young lad, who are you?
There's two of you.
I'll explain this a little more. Oops. Narrator fail. Think older.
Two grown men who look exactly the
younger.
Same. Teenagers. Disgusting. I'm just fucking.
Close enough. Yes.
Oh, sorry. They're man boys. The canonical term for anyone who's not a man.
You notice two twin boys who look a little older than William was. Yes.
Also man boys.
Your
I
question
still spit at the ground and say cursed.
Aren't we all cursed?
No.
The narrator suddenly speaks to Tony's mind. Repeat your question.
Who are you?
Who are we? Well, I suppose that is the question. Do you think we should answer it? It should be okay. All right. We are the Benedict twins. My name's John with an H. My name's John without an H.
How do you two tell
They
each
say
other
we were
apart?
named after the village elder. No, yes, I was on the H, but mine's without the H, just like the elder. No, his is with an H. They both suddenly look at the both of you. So, sneaky business, huh? Doesn't sound exactly, look at each other, savory. Then they look back at you. Well, we might know something honestly about being sneaky. We could help you for a price.
Like Rhea, for the first time since meeting Petrus, you see something shift in her. She was always aloof and going on about trying to find her mother. But now you see she clocks in. She's ready to get a good deal. Well, John and John, why don't we get to discussing, shall we?
Absolutely. So, how does 50 silver sound as a good starting partnership?
Well, it does sound like a good starting partnership, but we haven't even told you the specifications of the job yet. Rhea, what exactly will these two upstanding gentlemen of the law be required to do?
I don't know.
Well, when you say be sneaky, there are several ways of being sneaky, and price should definitely be dependent on how dangerous or rigorous the job is. Wouldn't you lads agree?
I guess.
Yes, and it might even help us establish maybe a better price that we could offer you for our services.
Of course.
How do you fare with being distractions, if that's the case?
Depends. Distracting who and for how long?
I'd say those priests over at the front of the church, and no, not the front. The ones in the back by the courtyard. There's always somebody over there. They've always got to be praying. Distract them for a little bit. Maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll stop you right there. Not these type of guys. Either inside or the front.
The inside.
Right, the inside. Usually they only allow monks in there. Would be a hefty distraction needed.
I thought the church was open to the people.
Used to be. Before the monks.
I see. Well, I wouldn't want you putting your health at risk. So let's make it a little easier for you then. Distract the ones in front. That way you have freedom to run if you need to.
No need to put yourself in actual danger. Just enough for two upstanding ladies of the law to simply go take the afternoon
We're
constitutional.
going to charge you a gold to distract the inside, but you're right. Would put our safety in danger. And since you've been so kind to think about that, we'll offer a discount for our services by distracting the ones in front at the low price of 55 silver.
And what would we be getting for these 55 silver?
Why, your distraction, of course.
Why, of course. But what kind of distraction? We don't want to be wasting silver now.
Well, to go into the details, kind of change around, we might have to add extra just to make sure we get it right.
I'm not seeing any money on this character sheet.
I assumed we had none.
Yeah, that's when the whisper.
I assumed we had
The
none
whispering
too.
voice of the narrator comes in. Because you're broke.
Yep.
I had a feeling.
Not gonna lie, Petrus assumed Rhea has money. She's still trying to get you a good price, but
Suddenly you notice the twins stare at you as if somehow a voice from above kind of hinted that at them. Well, in the occurrence that you guys ladies don't have the money, we could always exchange a favor for a favor.
I just
I'm
looked
always
at
down
Rhea.
for a good barter.
Just think of it as a good, I owed you. We do this for you. In turn, when we need your help, you do it for us.
It sounds like a good deal. Let's shake on it.
We
You notice
both
the both
reach
of them
out.
extends a hand to each of you, crossing their own arms to the one on the left, is extending his hand for whoever's on their right, and vice versa.
And there we go. So when
Right.
do you want to have this distraction, Rhea?
You notice they have immediately started walking towards the guards to do this.
They're
guess it's
starting
now.
now.
Then let's go.
Gonna rush over to the back, towards the front of the church. Or
For
not
a few
rush over to the
seconds,
front.
you
Rush
suddenly
over to the front
hear
corner.
a small ringing of a bell. Ding, 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 ding. I'm gonna need extra assistance over here. It gets pissing all over the yard.
No, well, that was quick.
Suddenly,
Wow.
a handful of guards come rushing out. Those two again. Oh, somebody, grab me the switch.
It's going to be a big IOU we owe them. Let's go in.
Yeah. Hell's bells. There's no hoods on this thing. I'm just gonna walk in, hoping nobody notices me.
As our wanderers enter into the abbey, they'll notice while it is maintained enough and shows that there has definitely been presence throughout this abbey, at the same time, it shows its age. Hole within the ceiling where the outside life comes shining through, and even a draft, as if there was no door, for which there isn't. Pews, either pristinely okay, or disgruntled lumber upon the ground. Our wanderers will also notice that while a handful of guards did just go outside to handle the distraction they've so kindly set up, they are not alone. In the corner of the entrance room that they've just entered, that's a bird cage and a familiar-looking crow.
Aslan. I'm gonna whisper Aslan's name and see if it's him, just to be safe.
Squall. I knew you were
there's
getting me
Raven,
to eventually
Joe.
do something, and it's just like, look, I haven't set up a sound for this bird, so you're just going to get whatever.
No, you're good.
They-
Whatever sound is
Raven
fine until we
typically
can do
sound
the,
that. Editing.
editing.
Sexually charged.
Squawk.
True, I guess I should have said squawk. I should more say call.
Oh,
Except I'm not going to do that because I'm not putting a K at the end of that word, listeners. I know what you're thinking.
Call.
nice call.
Anyway.
Yes.
The narrator has described the room. It is also dimly lit, more on the brighter side of things. Obviously, you were inside, but with the holes in the ceiling and the few candles about the place, it is lit up enough for view. However, you are beginning to notice that it is starting to become evening. So whatever sunlight you have been graced with is now slowly starting to dwindle.
We should be quick.
Before all the light leaves, I'm going to quickly and quietly release Aslan from his cage and perch him on my shoulder. I gently pet him and move my hair off of my shoulder so that he can nestle up next to my head so that we can be a little bit more clustered together. If that makes any sense.
So help me if you said the word intimate. I was turning the story around.
We went from finding a heart to crow fuckers.
But no, I did that so that he's hidden and they don't see him in case I ever have to like peek my head out or whatever.
Petrus now witnesses a crow with a most beauteous hairdo.
All right.
It reminds me of Mother.
We need to find William, first and foremost. We sent a poor innocent boy out to go and do something stupid.
And look, as if by the grace of someone running a one-shot, suddenly sound of footsteps reveals William coming around the corner, who immediately looks at you. His face then contorts to one of slight shock before he hightails it down the hall, screaming at the top of his lungs.
Barrel roll and tackle his ass. I'm sorry. I barrel roll and tackle his ass.
That fucking weasel.
Throw his head. I pound his head into the floor a few times. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, Petrus she's gonna go into murder mode if Rhea doesn't stop her. You have the secrets, don't you? You know where Mother's at.
Now that I noticed that William is unconscious, Rhea is going to grab Petrus by her hair and pull her off.
No, Mother, I'll be good. I promise.
Bitch, you're going to kill him.
Oh, sorry. I just got... I got into the zone.
It's not the zone. That's madness.
I'm not mad. Mother had me tested.
Suddenly, the wanderers faintly hear the sound of metal upon the stone floor.
Shit. Right. Let's take the body and go.
I'm going to grab him by his feet and drag him as close to the door as I can. And
I'll
hide him behind
his arms and help her. Let's just take the body out the back and run.
Yes, the door is right there.
And there's no door. It's just a hole in the wall. Let's take William and run.
Wanderers will suddenly remember that's the front door.
Oh, we take him out the back, which apparently does have a door.
Wanderers will then remember the sound I just told them they heard was coming from the back.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, so we're going to go back with my original plan of hiding him behind a pew by the front.
Let's do it.
Are you all
his
hiding there
and put it on?
I'm going to hide him on one side and go for the other side.
Oh, Weekend at Bernie's? Sorry. Weekend at Bernie's him.
What do you...
Weekend at Bernie's. The movie where two college students like dress up a corpse and pretended he was still alive.
I thought you said go ahead and burn him. And I was just like, remember, I'm going to narrate everything you say. So are you sure?
No.
Okay. Anyway, while our wanderers are hiding, they will notice 4 very decorated looking guards come out, followed by Father Harris. I called him something else. That's quite odd. I'm sure I thought I heard William's voice. Well, he's probably off gathering more information for me. What a smart, astute lad. Well, gentlemen, it will not be long. We have been here far too long, and we can no longer wait. When the sun finally lays final resting upon this village, he takes a deep breath and clasps his hands together, squeezing tightly as if giving his own hands a hug. We burn this village. Obviously, the architect has ingrained himself too deeply within these people, and they are beyond saving. I was hoping somebody come to light about this. It's a shame. And with that, he leaves, followed by the guards, and soon silence.
So, what was that about setting a fire being a bit too extreme?
Take that back. Once we find out what's going on about this architect and see if they have anything of him, we set this place ablaze.
You're speaking my language, sister. Right. Are we killing William? Are we tying him up? What What are we doing here?
We're going to tie him up, gag him, and leave him in a very, very compromising position.
Petrus starts taking off his pants and his shirt.
You will notice he offers no resistance. He pretty much just flops around while you undress him.
Yep. And then we
I
use
would
his
hope
clothes to bind him.
As you bind him, you notice quite a lot of blood on the shirt while you were taking it off.
He either cleaned something or he murdered someone.
I'm going to check his body and make sure he's alive.
You will notice William has come down with a severe case of dead.
Oh, boy, looks like you've already done it. So let's loot him.
Excellent. I start putting his clothing into my little side satchel.
Do we find anything of use or money? Mama would like some money.
You find a rich amount. 2 cover pieces.
Nice.
Hey, that's good eats right there.
Aside from his clothes, to which his shirt is now highly bloody from the gashing head wound,
Can't believe we missed
you'll
that.
notice amongst his possessions is a notepad.
Do we know how to read?
I do. Mother taught me.
I want you each to roll me a cerebrum roll.
Excellent.
Had to ask. It's a good question.
The dice are going to confirm that Petrus can read because of her mom issues. Oh. So I got a success on the normal die, but I also got a 6 on my corrupted die.
And you, Rhea?
1 success on my normal and 1 success on my corrupted.
You guys are doing fantastic.
The corrupted success is a 9.
The corrupted success is a what?
9.
How did you get 9?
No, I'm sorry. It's a freaking 6. I'm an idiot.
Okay, so
I read the total instead of the die number.
awesome. You both got the same thing. So this is going to be very easy to explain. By the way, put in 1 corrupted dot.
But yeah, I have to add another corrupted on my blood.
Rhea is at 3 blood corruption, and this is Petra's second. All right. Normally, no. Despite Rhea working as an apothecary, you've never really had to read anything. Most things are done by drawings. You less so. In fact, reading and all this stuff might as well have been a foreign language. However, while
That's
you're
fair.
looking over these horribly written notes showing both William's age and the fact that his intelligence of literature is that of a rock, you both suddenly get this surge. And for the first time, you both can read clearly. For a 13th century person, you are now technically a genius.
I always knew it. Mother said
Amongst
so.
these notes, William has been accounting different people's names for the guards to check out. Different people who have traversed to the woods and returned, and a possible entrance that the guards might want to check out hidden behind the architect's cabin in the woods. As you finish reading the last page, you both are now hit with an immense headache. Whatever that surge was that you both just felt has now faded.
That was pleasant.
Not very, no.
It was sarcasm there.
I've never heard of her.
Your mother says you were a genius.
That she does. She's very loving. As you see,
Only a
Petrus
mother.
just has a 1,000-yard stare.
Only a mother. Now that we have this little bit, we should get...
We should go to the cabin in the woods and see if the architect's there. See if we can find this
Absolutely.
hidden passage. I guess we should warn old John that they're going to set the village ablaze.
Let's get out of here. I'm going to grab Petrus by her shoulder, by the shoulder of her outfit, and nudge for her to head towards the door.
Yep.
The front door.
Petrus will head towards the door. She will be very cautious and keep your eyes and ears open, head on a swivel, looking out for any guards that might be walking up.
As you both are outside, you'll notice the guards are still wrangling up the 2 lower half naked boys who are pretty much streaking throughout the yard, warning them that if they do not stop, they will remove what little third leg they have dangling around and other profanities. After you get about a few feet away, one of the guards turns and notices you. Hey, you two! He starts marching on towards you, both of you.
Boy,
You both
beware.
need to stay
Here
away
comes
from that
another.
entrance.
Why?
Normal civilians are not allowed in there. And then he
But
turns
why?
away and stands in front of the entrance, blocking it. Whatever means of what you might have needed else to do inside there are blocked off now.
Well, we didn't need to do anything else in there. It's fine.
I sure hope not. Let's go try and find little old John and see what we can do for him now.
And we start asking town people where old John's at, where he can be found, because we need to talk to him.
The villagers will point to the local pub inn of the town. It's the third largest building in the entire village, third only to the Abbey and the City Hall.
Beatrice will walk into, I almost said the club. Walk into the club. Beatrice will walk to the bar and then scan for old John. I guess.
As our wanderers enter the pub,
Yes, is what I said. Pub.
they notice that there are a lot of people here, and only a small few of them are actually drinking. Most are still distraught from today's earlier incident, with old John doing his best to console them. You will also notice the only armed person in this village who's not one of the monk's guards.
But hey, I think you should talk to old John. You're better at people than I am. I'm going to go talk to the armed guy over there.
So I do all the reasoning while you go pick fights. This is going to be fun.
I'm not going to pick a fight. I just want to know why he's the only one who's armed. If there are a bunch of farmers, I pay attention sometimes,
Good on
especially
you,
when
then.
mother's involved.
I'm going to hang my head and sigh and walk over to little John, or old John.
Little John now.
Little old John, there we go. Hello, old friend. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, right. It's good to see you. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Now, tensions are high, and as you can imagine, I'm doing all I can to keep the town from raging into an inferno.
I was going to guess that you were losing a bad hand. How can I be of service to you?
Well, and sorry for the assumption, but you look to be someone who's worked with medicine, I imagine?
Right you are. I am known as the walking apothecary.
If you can help us, we do have people who could use some. No one's sick, but, well, a nice bit of medicine does make bruises hurt less, if you know what I mean.
Do? How much do we need?
Gestures to a handful of people that have either bruised faces, arms, or various other bruises and scars from rough handling from the guards.
Boy, looks like you've all made a few friends today, haven't you?
If only it was just today.
And this is a regular thing, I'm guessing.
More frequent as the days go on. Feels like it's only going to be a matter of moments before we have a war on us. I can only pray for us then.
Well, my companion and I will do the best that we can while we're here. Aside from that being said, let me take a look at your friends here. And I'll be able to pass on some good news afterwards.
Anything you can offer would be greatly appreciated.
I'm going to put my hand up to my collar, my right arm up to my collar for Aslan to hop onto, and I'm going to swing my arm up towards the ceiling so he can fly up to the rafters and rest.
Oh.
I'm going to look into my bag and pull out some bandages and a jar of some salve. That way I can dress these gentlemen with all of their wounds, ladies and gentlemen.
If you would do me the greatest of favors and roll me a heart.
God, that's all three are corrupted. So those are going first. A 6, a 5, and a 2. And then,
On the corrupted,
yes, the carry is a 1.
the one,
I rolled a 6.
one success. All right.
Yes.
Well,
Well, for my apothecary, I only got the 1.
reset your blood to 1 and move a corruption somewhere else. With, of course, telling me.
Okay. So my blood is down to 1 corruption. Oh, that's gonna be weird. Okay.
And you move the extra corruption to an uncorrupted slot that you have, while also telling me which one it is.
This is gonna be stupid, but I'm gonna put 1 in the name.
All right.
Nice.
As you sit about to do your apothecaric wonders for the people, you are overcome with a surge of brilliance to an act that catches the eye of many and puts a smile on old John's face. You have soothed and made better everyone that was in this place, be it a small cold, bruise, a gnarly-looking sword wound from a guard. Everyone is better. Everyone is contented. And as you look upon the room and relish in that which you have done, you can't help but to feel The name Raya. You feel like there should be something a little bit more to your name, but nothing comes to mind.
A bit of an odd sensation.
And Petrus?
Feeling a bit of a sense of purpose, but also identity.
Petrus is going to walk up to the person with the weapon and ask him, are you like a guard for the town? Do you work with old John to help keep the people safe as best you can?
The man is about to speak. Suddenly a few of the villagers pipe up. Why, that there's Randy. He's a excellent pillar for the community. Yeah, just yesterday, I almost lost all my apples that I tried to bring back. Randy single-handedly grabbed every single one of them and carried them back like they were weightless. The villagers go on for a few moments, singing praises about this man. As you look to him, you can understand why. This is a very charismatic-looking man, and his posture shows that he has perfect poise. He smiles, seeming a bit embarrassed by all the praise, before he finally himself speaks. It's true. My name is Randy. And I suppose, yes, in a way, I am a protector for these villagers, though I won't take the credit for all the great praise. I am armed like this because I was a soldier.
Oh.
He seems a little disheartened by telling you this fact, but he does not go on about it.
And Petrus won't ask. Do you happen to know about the cabin in the woods?
Yes, everyone pretty much who lives around here, and even people like me when you live here long enough, know about that. That is the aforementioned abode of the architect, though it's been vacant for quite some time.
Have you heard of anyone going around there recently, exploring from the village who hasn't come back yet?
Only foolhardy children who don't listen to their parents.
Must be nice having parents.
I take it you're an orphan.
Of sorts.
I'm sorry. I can only imagine such a life would be hard. I've had to console many a parent who've lost their kids, so I can only imagine having to grow up without parents. My condolences.
Thank you. Do you happen to know of a particular redhead that came through town and no one saw her leave?
I have heard about that. That was before I took residence in this town. I heard she was quite beautiful, but the only other thing I know is that her disappearance was unusual. You know, we've heard tales of kids skipping off in the woods, and the monsters will get you, but she was in the town, turned a corner, and was gone.
Was gone.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Some say she's tiny inside the village, but I don't know why.
Who's to say? Petrus will lean in. I guess my friend Renee is letting old John know. I want to let you know that we were snooping around the old abbey up Wonder Hill, and they're planning to burn down.
Sneaking around the abbey?
Yes.
Keep your voice down about that. Tension's already high enough as it is. If the villagers heard you were doing such a thing, they could start a panic.
Well then this next part's going to be pretty bad. I'll whisper it even lower. How's this? Better? She's not actually changing her inflection. She thinks she is.
You see him shake his head, but he motions you to continue.
Monk Fancy Pants up there is planning to burn down the village tonight. You and old John might want to do something to help your people.
You see his expression sink at such a news, almost like he's trying to prove to himself that what you were saying is false, like you were just trying to make a joke. But when he notices the apathetic look upon your face, he turns his gaze to John, who looks back at Randy, and both our eyes hit the ground before Randy looks back at you. If what you're saying is true, then best we can do is try and get people to safety inside the village. We can't evacuate. They'll notice, and sadly, I'm the only one with any sort of training, and I am but one man against all that.
Well, damn, I wish you guys luck.
Well, thank you. At least we know what to prepare for. If you'll excuse me.
You're excused.
And he goes off to assist and help other villagers, partly to distract himself and partially to prepare for what might be to come.
I walk over to Rhea. Rhea, are you done yet? We need to go investigate the cabin.
To save us some time, I'm going to be finishing up my conversation with John, mirroring Petrus's, but I'm saying it with a little bit more tact and advice, telling John to help as many people as he can prepare to leave just in case we can't help them. So, John, I would recommend you take as many people as you can and head to the nearest village, the nearest one you can find that's helpful, and see if they can can house you until the night is over, at least. You can come back tomorrow and check to see whether or not the village is standing, unless you'd rather just stay and see what happens and whether or not you really should leave. Aside from that, I would like to let you know, and I start whispering a little bit quieter, William is dead, and there's a secret cave out by the architect's house. Send no one. No one is to leave the village to the forest. Stay away. It's not safe over there anymore. I don't know if William was able to tell whoever it was he was telling the little rat was a spy.
The elder only rubs a hand over his face. Figured he was a spy by tying up loose ends. Why would they kill the boy?
Sad to say it wasn't them. We were snooping in the church, and he spotted us. Petrus, in a hurry, had no other way to shut him up.
John will stop you if you're trying to speak anymore by putting a hand on your shoulder. You feel his whole hand, the large grizzled hand, someone who has lived quite a lifetime. I mean this in the kindest way that I can. But if that is true, you both need to leave. If they find out, if they find him, who's to... And suddenly cut off from his speech, a loud fanfare from a trumpeted horn can be heard ringing through the air.
That would be our sign. They found the body. Time to go, Petrus.
Loudly shouting throughout the air as the sound Father hears. It seems, as much as I try to show this village kindness, that they still wish to hurt me. A young boy, a young, proud, devout boy, was found dead and stripped practically naked inside the alley.
So sorry, John.
Is this how my kindness is repaid? Is this the righteousness you all wish for? Sad to say.
Man, it's going to burn the village down.
But I will be finding the architect. And instead of bringing his lifeless body before you to show you the wrongs of his ways and hoping you would see the light, I'm going to have to show you all myself. And that's the last you hear before you suddenly hear the loud clashing of swords against wood and the sudden sound of rustling fire as torches are brought to homes. The town tension has been broken. The monks are now attacking the villagers. Everybody rushes out of the building in a panic. This place is no longer safe.
Ready to go, Raya? We need to go find my mother.
To hell with your mother. We need to get out of here and help these people live. At least as many as we can.
I thought you were like, we need to find the architect. Focus.
We do, but we've caused this. We left that boy there.
To be fair, they were going to do this shit anyway. We literally heard other pompous assholes say he's gonna burn down the village tonight. At least in this way, the people have a fighting chance.
All right, you have a very compelling case. Let's get out of here.
Then we walk off to the direction of the cabin in the woods.
And with that, we shall bring this current adventure to a pause. Wondercrit powers deactivate. I have been Matthew, your narrator on this glorious dark tale, with Postmaster Randall playing our lovely Petrus Empty Eyes.
Oh, my mommy issues, no end.
Indeed. And the wonderful Tony playing Raya the Raven.
It was an absolute pleasure, my dears. I'll see you next time.
Until next time, glorious listeners, for another wonderful Crit's Wondrous Tale.
And then we'll quickly pivot to life stuff. Anyone got any life stuff happening?
I started a new job. I will be starting a new job soon.
Congrats.
Nice.
Or
Thanks.
technically this will release way later, so you'll already be working this new job, but yay still.
Yeah, I have a new job. It'll be having me working 10 till 6 Tuesdays through Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still leaving enough time for you, listener.
Absolutely. And then not only that, I will still be working my other job Sunday and Monday.
Nice. Get that money,
Yeah.
get that money.
I suppose a big life event that has currently happened for me and will hopefully still be happening by the time you listeners hear my glorious voice. I have met someone.
Ooh.
I know. It's a funny tale, too, because it's like, it happens in the most random of places. There I am, doom scrolling the internet. Come across this person. They had a funny post. I responded to it, caught their attention. That led to chatting, playful flirting there and there. And then suddenly, big old talk. And we're just like, this is really working out. How about we go ahead and just slap official on that? And there we go.
Yay.
For me, do we want to say timestamps or just leave that vague?
Right. You can just leave it vague.
Well,
It's not their business.
fair enough. Sorry, listeners. A secret for you. Yes, it's been going well.
No disrespect.
We even got to the point they're huge on Halloween, so I already have a pet name for them.
Oh.
Yeah, I call them my baby bat.
Oh. That's so sweet.
They really love bats, and they're a foot shorter than me. So it's like I'm just having this conversation. They're like, it's like, yeah, I'll be bat. And they're like, wait, how tall are you? And I tell them, they're like, you're a foot taller. So, but no. The real reason I call them that isn't their size. It's just, I adore pet names, and they're cute and absolute Halloween buff. So, see,
Hey, congrats.
listeners, your parents lied to you. You can meet a beautiful gothic lady over the internet.
I'm pretty sure they warned you not to meet the beautiful gothic ladies over the internet.
Yeah, well, I listen to the rules.
That's
Well,
fair.
congratulations.
Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Take it away, Randall.
As for me, I don't have, or I guess at the time of release, I'll probably be doing a thing. I don't want to say too much yet because I would need to find time to do it. But book recommendations. Heartbreak Boys by Simon James Green. It's a very cute coming-of-age romance story. Takes place in England. If you got a chance, listen to the audiobook version if you want to hear good English accents. No offense to me and Tony, as always.
No offense
All me
taken.
and
I
Goodreads.
need a lot of work.
Same. Also, a shout out to Tony for this Advil cold and sinus. I know I sound pretty rough, but I would be a lot worse if I wasn't drugging up in the middle of this recording.
Yeah.
My dad's got a podcast, Dr. Feelgood. Check him out on YouTube. Yeah, I think that's it. Follow me on Goodreads if I didn't say that already.
Also, Wonder Chris does not support the unsupervised use of drugs.
No, not
That's
at all.
true.
But I'm very
This
glad
is
to hear that the
over-the-counter.
Advil cold and sinus is working.
Yes, not gonna lie, if I didn't have it, I don't think I would have been good to record tonight.
Fair
Thank
enough.
you for being the first person to listen to me when I tell them to take it, because that shit knocks out all of my symptoms.
It really does.
Out of context, that was horrible.
I'm about to say, we're all out of context all the time.
Thank you for being the first person to listen to me when I say take it. It's like, oh no.
Okay, I get it. And I do it. Oh, God damn it. When I have recommended for people to take Advil cold and sinus, as much as I love you guys, all of you idiots decide to stick with frickin' NyQuil and DayQuil. It's not going to do anything. That stuff only gets you drunk if you drink enough of it.
I'll say NyQuil should help you sleep though, because the Advil does not last through the night, which I found out this morning.
No, it's a 4 to 6 hour process or period.
Yeah,
which
I should
for
be
most
fine
adults
tonight.
we need at least 6 hours.
Definitely did not get 6 hours this time.
And we would like to make a shout out to our friends Colleen, Anthony /Ant, Haley, Paul, Marissa, and Dr. Fizzgood.
But we should sing so we can go to bed because it's pretty late on this one shot.
Crit, boom, crit, crit,
Yeah.
boom.
Boom, 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 crit. We are the Wonder Crits. Boom, 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 crit.
We are the Wonder
Crits.
Crits. A quick reminder, if you haven't already checked out our update video upload, give it a listen. It's short and goes into detail about why we need to cut back to one episode a month starting in February. Thank you for listening to The Wonder Crits. This has been Willis as Lars Dead Ember, our co-editor and co-DM, Randall, playing as Petrus Empty Eyes, our head editor, Tony, playing as Raya the Raven, and Matthew, me, your narrator and storyteller for this tale. Music production by Produgus, our friend Luke. Administration assistance by the Deep Coat Man. If you wish to support us, you can follow us at WonderCrits on X/Twitter and at Official WonderCrits on Blue Sky. If you enjoyed the podcast, we release new episodes in the middle of the month, Thursdays. You can look forward to our next episode on January 29th. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And have a wonderful holiday and roll wonderful crits.